today I want to, start from where I stop. And I believe that if you have actually watched the last video, then at this point in time, you have taken your time to be able to understand yourself, to know yourself, to be truthful to yourself. You have at this point been able to articulate what exactly you want. At this point, you know what your weaknesses are, you know what your strengths are, you know where the direction at least you are going to. And so, what can you now actually do? You already have your plan stated out. You already now you're going to now begin to, what exactly do you want to do as a young person that is starting life, or perhaps as an elderly person that is trying to make life meaningful again, from at least from where they are. So one of the things that you have to do as an individual will be that to make the conscious decision to be truthful. At least don't lie to yourself. Be truthful with anything you are doing, everything you are doing. Because if you know yourself, at which at this point I want to believe you do, and you would be able to, say things unapologetically, because now you are not afraid of what you think or how people are going to react to what you think, and you really do not care about it, because now you are an adult and they will not beat you after all. Because if you say exactly what you feel about anything, the only thing they can do is to actually be displeased about it, or just lay out their own thought about it as well. And perhaps you can actually even have a meaningful understanding, and perhaps maybe probably you can even begin to have meaningful relationship, because your relationship at this point in time is not going to be based on what you want the person, or what you think the person wants to hear, but what you really think about what is actually going on. And it is no longer about what the person would actually want you to say. So now you are saying exactly what you want. And so anybody that would actually accept you like that, then you can actually have meaningful relationship with them. So at this point, you'll be able to stand up for yourself unapologetically. So you'll be able to say things how you feel it, the way you mean it, without being afraid of what the other person or what the onlookers or the anybody that is going to be hearing it are going to be saying. So you're going to be truthful to yourself. You're not going to be thinking something differently and then be saying something absolutely different. Because as you have learned in the last video that I did, that if you lie to yourself to a particular point in time, you will not trust yourself anymore. You'll not be able to put trust in yourself. You'll not be able to, hold yourself accountable. You will not be able to do in fact, the most little things for yourself. You'll be running up and down for advice. You'll be asking people to make your life better, because you do not trust yourself. And if you do not trust yourself, you cannot even make a meaningful life from yourself. So it starts with you saying the truth. Say the truth regardless of what is going on. I know it's going to be difficult, perhaps. At least don't lie. That's it. Don't lie. Don't lie. Please don't lie. Say the truth to yourself. Be truthful to everybody. So, what exactly then is the truth? Well, the truth is actually very relative. It's very relative as to the context of what it might be. And regardless of what the context might be, the truth at every point in time might actually be different, and your truth can be different from another person's truth. But regardless of what the truth might be, but at every point in time, regardless of whether you're having a different perspective, make sure you're able to, say it out and be unapologetic about it. And then something happens when you start out, when you have your whole journey in front of you, and now you are at the verge at which you want to really start working and start running and following the path that you have chosen for yourself. So what the things that you would have to do, I know you have had it before. You have to be consistent. You have to be this. You have to be that. You have to wake up every day, whether it is tough. You have to do all of those things. What I'm just going to say is for you to start small. Start small, no matter how small it is. No matter how small it is, be humble enough to start small. At this point in time, I know you would have been truthful to yourself, at which you understand that you have ego issues. At this point in time, you understand that perhaps you have problems with pride, and you have to be humble enough with yourself to be able to get to this point that we are talking about. And so if you're at this point, congratulations to you. And at this point, then be willing to start small. Because at the end of the day, it is your life. Be willing to start small. Be willing to ask for help when you need it. So if you want to start something, perhaps you want to start content creation, perhaps you want to start a business, perhaps you want to start a class, or you want to start a course, or you want to start anything, or you want to start just anything, start small. If you cannot afford to start, there is no how. No matter what it is that you want to do, there is a way you can start with what you already have. Perhaps it's your friends that have the phone. Perhaps what you can afford is to just buy one roll of milk and Milo for you to start. Start. Just start. You don't have to get buzzed up with all of the details, how you are going to, all the papers, how this is going to happen. Start. See, you starting alone, it gives you a reason to continue. See, a lot of people, even in my life, now, there was a time at which I felt like I was progressing. Because I was, doing a lot of paperwork. I was writing, I was putting things down, I was jotting. I have a lot of books that I have written that I have not even been confident in, or I have not even thought of even publishing it, but I just write and write and write and just leave them there. I've not even given people to read it. I've not even, I have a lot of ideas in my mind that I do. I just write and write and write. I have different books that I have written things on, from ideas to business to crazy things that are there. At that point in time, I felt like I was doing something. But later on, I knew, now I know that at that point in time, although it felt like progress at that point in time, it wasn't. You understand? It was just me trying to just move around, trying to create motion. I was not moving. I was not changing that. I was not leaving my position. So it's just like you trying to get all the business plans set, trying to, get all of the details ready, trying to understand, make sure that there are no errors in the future. There will still be errors. There's still going to be mistakes. There's still going to be issues. You will still have to correct yourself. You will still have to do a lot of things. You will still have to come back. You will still have to, if you want to keep writing from now, you will continue writing. When you start, you will continue writing. So if it's just, the idea does come. Look at, how can I start? What's the smallest means that I can start? Is it that I'm going to go and start buying or collecting on credit to start my business, or is it that I will have to start meeting or reaching out to people? Is it that I'm just going to start borrowing people's phone to be able to create content? Is it that I'm going to ask people to on hotspot for me to be able to upload my videos? Start. You just start, and when you start, everything begins to align, and over time it unfolds and becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So the difference between, there are a lot of people that the reason why they are still where they are today is because they did not even start at all. They did not even bother starting. So you just start. You want to go for a course, start. Get the free ones first. Forget about the ones that are expensive. Get the free ones. You do not have data. Ask people. Be humble enough. At this point in time, I want to believe you're humble. Humble enough to ask them, please, Oga, on spot form. Let them know you that you is all spot you used to ask. So don't worry. You have a destination. You have where you are going to. And where you are going to is far better than where you are at this point in time. And so it is worth it. It is worth the laughter. It is worth your friends to laugh at you. It is worth everybody to feel like you are not even having sense. It is worth it. And let them know you for it. And when they know you for it, then you have an identity. If they know that, okay, this is this kind of person, this guy, he can beg you to almost for him to be able to upload this video, they will know you. That's an identity on its own, and you're already moving, you are progressing. You are progressing. What is it in life again? And so something will happen once you start. Once you start, you find out that many people that do not have destination that they are running towards, that they do not have a goal that they are aiming at, you begin to lose them as friends. And this is the painful part of growth. There's the point at which you have to become comfortable with boredom. Because the friends that would naturally come around to come and chill with you, or they'll call you to come around, that you guys to go out together, they will stop calling you. They will stop coming to visit you. The chemistry will not flow anymore. Once they do not have a destination, that is, they themselves do not have a particular, they cannot really say that this is what I want out of life, or this is what I am working towards. Naturally, it is easy for you guys to just split. I am telling you. And it is going to happen one after the other. One after the other. And only those that perhaps have a destination that they are aiming, even maybe they are not able to articulate it properly, but they know that this is kind of thing that they also want to do. They are the ones that will be hanging around. Perhaps maybe them too, they are just trying to. And something happens is the fact that what probably could be the reason why these people will leave is because you are like the definition of what they want to become, the definition of what they know they should be doing, and they cannot do it. And so rather than confronting you or becoming comfortable with you, they will rather resist you. Because a lot of people are not comfortable with growth. And so because they are not comfortable with growth, they will let you go, they will let you be, and they will just leave you alone, and they will go their own way. So you become boring to them. You become somebody that is, is just there. You are not funny anymore. You are not making any sense anymore. But this is something that you also should know. I also had that issue when I started out in life. When I decided that, okay, I want to be serious with my life, or I want to, begin to focus on my destination. I became too serious with life. I became too serious. Like everything has to just be about this and about this and about this alone. And then there was nothing fun about my life. There was nothing interesting about, even me myself, I did not find anything interesting about. Everything about me was serious. Either I was reading books. If I was not reading book, I was not even responding to chats that was not. If you did not have anything meaningful to talk to me, I was just, I was not, at that point in time, even me myself, I began to even lose a lot of meaningful relationship by myself. Because perhaps maybe even somebody like me that is also trying to make a meaningful life, or perhaps has even made a meaningful life already, and is reaching out to me to just say, hello, hi, how you doing? Let's hang out. And I will just like, no, I cannot go out. I have things that I'm doing. Like, I'm the only one that have. As much as you want to be serious on this journey, you also have to be accommodating. I am not going to come here and tell you that okay, you have to be very strict with your time. You will need friends, you will need them, quite all right. And in the long run, many of them are not going to be with you, quite all right. But because I say you should, accommodate them, should not mean that you should not allow them to wane off your time and make you lose your own self. So that's why most people, because of the advent of you not falling into that thing, they would rather tell you to just resist them, run away from them, don't even talk to them. If they are not making any sense, if they are not, then after you have overcome the boredom, then you come to the realization of the fact that you do not have anybody around you anymore. And I'm going to now tell you what is going to happen. Me, I'm talking from my own personal experience, so it might be limited because I'm still a young boy. So, what is going to happen at the point at which you decided to consciously let them go and be comfortable with boredom? It's going to be boring. I'm telling you, you get to the point at which you have read, you have done this, you have done that, and practically there is practically nothing for you to do, and you're just there sitting there and be looking. Perhaps you're just lying down, perhaps you're just there, and then you just feel like, let me just even go and see these people and let me hang out with them. And at that point in time, you should not. You should not. You just know it. The moment at which that point in time, you have to be comfortable with that boredom. You have to be comfortable with that loneliness. Perhaps you don't even have data to scroll on the internet, and even scrolling on the internet itself will become something that is like a difficult thing. It is a phase, and it's also going to pass. It is a phase because the kind of friends that you are going to meet later on in life, you become to meet them. That is, it is in your becoming of a better person, of a better version of yourself, of a better person. That is when you see them, and you do not see them when you start. You do not see them maybe a month in. Perhaps you might see them in 2 months in, but you see them along the way. You see them on your way to your destination. You see them on your way. You do not see them the point at which, okay, today I've decided I want to focus on my life. Today I've decided I want to start my business. And so you just start your business. Now you have to focus on your business. Now you have to focus on your craft. You have to focus on anything that you say you want to do. You have to focus on your content creation. You have to focus everything about you have to be about it. It is only on your way that you're going to meet those kinds of people. It is only on your way. When you start reading and you feel like, okay, I need somebody that I can relate to, somebody that can relate to what I'm thinking. Most of everybody, when you are saying something about what you just read or what you just see or what you have just grasped in what you read, many people will not be able to relate. So you are looking for somebody that is going to relate. And so it's difficult because what you are saying is all like nonsense to them, or it's more like you are like the professor in their midst, or you are like the almighty in their midst, and life becomes very unbearable for you. Just continue. Ride on. Just continue. It's all going to pass. It's all going to pass. This is the difficult part of having this kind of life, of becoming who you want to become. This is the most difficult part of it. It is the time where you have to just devote yourself and just let it go. You have to let all of the side attraction go, because a lot of them, all of these drifters, all of these people that are not serious with their life, all of these people that are not, ready to even move on with anything that they are doing, they are going to look up to you, and they are even looking up to you. The moment you decide that you want to start a meaningful life, they have started looking up to you, but you do not just know it. But rather for them to acknowledge that fact, they will rather resist it, and so in so doing, they will leave you alone and step aside. So you become boring to them. So, on the long run, it is you. It is just you. It is just you. And so when you begin to, it is going to be by chance. It is just going to, it is going to be by chance that you're going to meet many of these, your new friends. And this, your new friends, you are going to easily flow with them. It's just going to be like, you see them the first day and they are just like brothers. You see them, immediately you saw them, they are just like, where have you been this whole time? Like, bro. Like, you are talking and they are just relating to it. You are saying something and it is just making sense. And you are saying something and it is just like, this is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly how I say. This is exactly what I mean anytime I'm saying it. And so you have to be consistent with it. You have to accept it, because this is the difficult part of it. This is the difficult part of it, because your relationship really matters. Those that you relate with really matters from this point. The point at which you decide that you want to make a conscious decision to make a meaningful life for yourself. Those that you surround yourself around, they really matters. And so you really cannot afford to just let it just go by like nothing is going on. You cannot afford to do that. You cannot afford to do that. So now you have to now begin to create yourself. You start small. Make little changes in your life. Just make little changes. Perhaps you can start with, okay, I want to start with cleaning your room, for example, like tidying up your room, making your room clean. Start with washing your clothes when you know you have to wash it. Stop procrastinating, doing what you want to do the moment you want to do it. And this is another part that just come to my mind. I did not intend to share this before, but it just come to my mind. Now, there is a crisis within you. And that is the reason why when somebody is advising you, they are only advising the part of you they see. They are only advising the part of you they see. There are many part of you that you know that are inside you. There are many, demons. There are, so to say, let me say, just maybe for the short of word, for the lack of word, or for the want of word, there are many demons within you that you yourself, you know that before you will make a particular decision, you have to call them and sit them down and agree with them before you. But when somebody wants to advise you, they will just advise you based on what they see. They cannot really relate with what is in your head. They cannot really relate with your passion. They cannot really relate with exactly what you are saying or you are feeling. Yes. And the same way you used to advise somebody, when somebody comes to you, you cannot really relate with exactly the things that this person is battling, or the point at which this person is bringing these things from. So you have to first of you yourself, you have to sit out with all of your demons. There are many unhealed traumas that you will definitely have as a person, as an individual. There are many things that they are the reasons that you may not know. Perhaps it could be that you just want to start something. You just want to start something. You just want to start something. And the reason why you are starting something is not because of the thing itself. It's not because of your passion itself. It's not even because of the end goal. That's why many people will even start many things and not even end it and just move on to the next one. It's just maybe it can be because of maybe when they are small, something happened and it is because maybe they just want to prove a point, and that's why they just have to just start something. So as people will say that this boy is also making sense. Or when it is when you start, or maybe when you wear new clothes, that's when people recognize you. So you now transition that thing and you just want to begin to create new things so people can be seeing. It can be in different forms. You can have your own issues that you may not know, but you have to sit with yourself. So at least sit with your younger self, the younger version of you, and have a conversation with him. This is crazy. Yes. Like, take your time, sit down, maybe within a table or something, and invite your younger self, perhaps you like 10 years back or 5 years back, just any version of yourself that you are able to invite, and invite that version of yourself to the seat and hold a conversation with them. And perhaps try to just let go, forgive that your younger self, let those things slide and become a whole, like become a whole. Because you have to make peace with your past to be able to, become your future. And then have a brief meeting with your future self as well. But I'm going to have maybe do talk on the meeting with your younger self and then your older self, maybe later on in another video. Maybe my next video, that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. But in meeting with your older self, you are meeting with the point of view that, okay, this is the kind of person I want to become. Then invite that person to a meeting and let that person talk to you. That person exists already in your head. So you know the kind of answer that person is going to give you. So just invite that person and let that person sit in front of you and ask that person questions. What can I do? What should I be doing that I am not doing, that I have to be doing, that is going to make a difference, that is going to make me become you? And the answers are going to come. So it could be that you have to take the difficult route. It could be that you have to start now. It could be that you have to go and start reading. It could be that you have to start keeping journals to be able to understand yourself. So, a lot of things can be done, but you have to allow yourself. See, I'm trying to let you know that you have your answers within you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. From this moment, when you know where you are going to, you know where you are, you know where you are coming from, you have your answers. So call yourself together and have this conversation. What kind of life, the kind of person you want to become is going to be living. So perhaps it's going to be an old man, all shoveled up. Maybe maybe I don't know, maybe for you, he's going to have big belly and be sitting down on a throne, or maybe he's going to be sitting down in the house and have many children around him. Let that person come to that meeting and have a conversation with that person. Have that conversation with that person. Let that person tell you what you have to do to become him from now. And that's going to make a major difference in your life. Because at that point in time, you are trying to beat the expectation of that person. You're not beating the expectation of anybody. You're not beating the expectation of your father. You're not beating the expectation of anybody. You are trying to beat the expectation of the future you. Because at the end of the day, it is the future you that is important. Not now. The future you. Not next year. It is the you next 2 years. It is not next 2 years, it is you next 3 years that is important. So take yourself serious. Try, invite yourself, have that conversation, and then you will see exactly the practical answer to all of these things. Very practically. This person is going to talk to you like a son. He's going to advise you. The same way when you called your younger self, you are letting him understand that it's okay. It's okay for you to make mistake. It's okay. We have gone through all of those things. It's okay. The same way he's also going to be telling you, don't do this, don't do this, let's do this, let's do that. That's the person that is important to you. That's the most important person in your life. So I've come to the end of this this topic, so to say. I'm going to talk about something else another time. So watch if I'm able to post this video anytime. So watch my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are going to be seeing more of this. So this is Emmanuel Ajopo. I am the Oba Imole, the light of a thousand sun. And thank you. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's grow together. Your growth is very important to me. You are very important to me. And so take your life serious.